Hello and welcome. You tune into Your Trades with me, Ankita Saxena, and with me is Snehisha. And this is the show where we will take you through the roundup of today's trading session and how we really fared. Well, a good start to the week, Snehi. In fact, the Nifty finally snapped its two-session losing streak. In fact, we managed to scale this 22,500 levels, and we managed to close in there after even the dip that we saw in the morning. Thankfully, that gap got bought into, and we closed in above the 22,500 levels on the Nifty. Nifty Bank was also performing very well. In fact, it closed up 0.6%. Mid cap and small caps too, snapped their losing streak. In fact, mid cap and small caps also did pretty well for themselves, and it was a sustained move throughout the day. Mid cap we closed up 0.7%. Small caps closed up 0.4%. So clear outperformance coming in by the mid cap names. Let's look at the sectors also. Nifty Pharma was doing very well. In fact, it was trading up 1.5% in trade. It also hit its 2-week high today. We also had names like Dr. Reddy's, Granules, Biocon, Natco Pharma, Alchem Labs, Cipla. All of these were trading upwards of 2%. In fact, the pharma pack was also in focus on the back of a couple of names that had gone through US FDA inspection, and that came out to be in favor of these companies. So on the back of that, couple of pharma names that were in focus today. The entire pharma pack was in focus, like Alchem Lab. We also had Muthoot Finance that was in focus today. Muthoot Finance that was up 3% after the company announced its landmark 1 lakh crore gold loan in AUM. So the entire financial pack was also in focus today. In fact, it soared 1%. Muthoot Finance was also was up and about 4.2%. Bajaj Finserv, SBI Life, MCX was also another counter that was doing pretty well for itself. Now that the dollar index is cooling off, the commodities are likely to start ticking up, especially MCX, which has not been doing well of late, has seen a revival of sorts. So largely a good day for the markets coming in there, Snehi.
Absolutely looking good. It's been a solid start to the week for us. A couple of other spaces that were abuzz in today's trading session. Of course, pharma was where everybody's eyes were, but it's the auto pack that has recovered very sharply from the day's lowest point as well. Nifty Auto has managed to end in the green with an uptick of almost 0.8 of almost a percent. There you have Nifty Auto. That's done phenomenally well in today's trading session. It's been good for these auto names, the likes of Maruti Suzuki and Tata Motors that have announced price hikes. So on the back of that news flow, the auto segment has done very well in today's trading session. Maruti Suzuki rather flat. Tata Motors 0.8% uptick. Remember, day after tomorrow, Tata Motors will also be mulling fundraise, so that's also the reason why the stock could be in focus today. Other than that, a couple of other stocks were in focus. Indus and Bank was higher post RBI's comments, wherein they've assured investors to not worry and to not pay heed to speculative announcements coming in. So that was another positive. They've also ensured that the bank's liquidity is stable, and all remedial measures they have instructed the board and the management to complete in Q4 itself. So positive news flow coming in for Indus on the back of this assurance coming in from RBI. That stock has also done pretty well in today's trade compared to the kind of cuts that it has seen over the last couple of trading sessions. Other than that, on the back of auto wins, KC International was soaring today, a 1,200 crore auto win coming in. So that was looking good. We interacted with the management, wherein they also told us that US tariffs will not affect them, and they continue to aim 15% growth for FY26. That was looking good. One another stock to talk about today, of course, is Ola Electric. It's hit a new record low for itself on the back of the insolvency plea that has been filed against it. So that is also another stock that was looking good. Petition for insolvency and bankruptcy code has been filed by operational creditor of Ola Electric Technologies, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of the company. So lots of news flow today, lots of stocks to talk about in today's trading session as well. But on that note, let's talk about what to make of the session we've seen today, and more importantly, what we can expect from tomorrow's trading session. On that note, let's welcome Richard Jain, Vice President Equity Technical Research Wealth Management, Motilal Oswal Financial Services, on the show. And Richard, good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. First up, and I'm sure this question is not only in my head, I'm sure viewers are also wondering the same. The kind of recovery we've seen today, is it sustainable going ahead? Can we continue to see good moves coming in tomorrow as well?
Yeah, hi, very good afternoon. Well, you have seen in last 1 week, the indices have consolidated within a very narrow range. So it seems more of a time-wise corrective phase which is going on in the market. But we are watching out for 20-day exponential moving average breakout, which is around 22,620. Now, since last almost more than a month, since 10th of February, we have not seen Nifty surpassing the 20-day exponential moving average, which is very important for any kind of sustainable up move going ahead. So 22,620 is the level that we would watch out for, in next 1 or 2 trading sessions. If the index managed to surpass that hurdle, then we would expect some broader recovery or a pullback move towards 22,800, 900 kind of range. So overall, as of now, it seems more of a time-wise correction or a consolidation that is going on in the market. Very stock-specific movements are there, and only on breakout about 22,620, we would expect some broad-based recovery to come in.
All right, Richard. So in this market, now that we have started picking up momentum, are there any buy calls for you? Are you long on any specific stock? What are your picks?
Very selective stocks are showing, outperformance of strength, and one of them, that we are looking is SRF. So probably a high top, high bottom structure can clearly be seen in SRF, which is then making. And in spite of such markets, the stock is trading around its 52-week highs. So clear, and recently also the stock has given a breakout after about 3.5 to 4 years of consolidation phase. So this clearly seems to be a buying momentum in the stock, post that consolidation phase, and hence we expect the trend to continue going forward. So SRF is one stock which we are recommending. One can go long for a short-term perspective with stop loss below 2950 for potential targets around 3100 in next 1 or 2 trading sessions. And overall, as I said, that 22,620 is the level that we watch out for. Once that is surpassed, then I think we would come out with more trading recommendations.
Okay, positive call coming in for SRF. Richard, thanks so much for joining us, sharing your market outlook as well as the stock that stands out to you amid a market like this. On that note, we'll let you go. Thanks once again. But let's keep it going with word coming in from experts in today. That is Manish Sonthalia, the Director and Chief Investment Officer at MK Investment Managers. He is not among those who believe that the market will see a negative here. Let's go across and listen in to his rationale behind the statement and his predictions for the Nifty levels this year.
Nifty 50 is broadly going to traverse something like 10 to 12% EPS growth. So from here, 22,000 to expect 24.5 to 25,000 between December 25 and March 26 is certainly not out of place. So from that point of view, a 10 to 12% sort of a Nifty gain is purely doable. And if you add a bit of a stock selection, alpha here and there, 15% on your portfolio is doable even for fiscal 26. I am not in that camp who believe we are going to be in a negative year and everything is very overpriced on tariffs, etc. But keeping everything in mind, this differential tariff is not so much of a problem as far as India is concerned. Differential duty is 5-6% on a $150 billion turnover between US and India. You're talking about $7.5-8 billion worth of impact at the worst. Of course, certain sectors, categories would be more impacted, like your agriculture, like your, some automobiles here and there, but that's about it. So, double-digit, Nifty growth is even possible for fiscal 26. That's how I would like to believe. I'm not in the camp who believes a negative this year.
All right, so that's the word coming in from the wise. But let's take stock of how the derivative diary is shaping up for 20th of March expiry. Well, as far as Nifty is concerned, there's a bit of a mild short covering that's happening. I mean, we did see, the Nifty inch up 22,500 levels. So it could be a mild short covering happening there. But Nifty Bank, that's where the action is, like I mentioned at the start. And there's a long build up which shows a positive trend as far as Nifty Bank is concerned. Let's take a look at what the active calls and where they are placed. The first level for call buying is at 22,500 level, and the second level is 22,600. That's the next level that we need to watch out for as far as active call buying is concerned for the Nifty. Well, active puts are perched at 22,500, and the second level for put writing is happening on 22,400. So that's where the put writing is happening. These two levels that we need to keep an eye out on, and that's how the derivative diary looks like as far as 20th March expiry is concerned.
Very interesting moves coming in for the FNO space, because at this point we neither have a support visible nor do we have a resistance on the upside that's visible, because the market is inching up slowly, but you can never tell where this market is headed. But other than that, let's talk about the big story of the day, and that has to be gold and the levels that gold has been breaking, because gold broke through the key $3,000 barrier for the first time, and investors have piled on to a historic rally to seek cover from economic uncertainty sparked by Trump's tariff war. My colleague Ashesha, who tracks metals very closely, is joining us with more details. Ashesha.
Well, yes, precious metals continue to shine bright, not only in the global market but in the domestic market
back home as well. First up, let's talk about gold, because after the solid 2.5% run that we saw last week, gold has opened in the green yet again in today's trading session. In fact, it is near that $3,000 per ounce mark in the global market, and back home on MCX also gold is trading near that 88,000 per 10 gram mark. So what a stellar rally that we have seen for precious metals. Remember, in calendar year 2024, gold rose by about 25%, and after that gold is up another 10 to 12 odd percent this year so far. It has clearly been a stellar run for the precious metals. In fact, not just for gold, silver too is up nearly 10 to 12 odd percent on a year-to-date basis, and after the run-up that we saw last week, this week also silver is trading with a positive bias. Several factors leading to the up move in the precious metal market. One, of course, we have positive commentary that came in from China, where the Chinese government is looking to boost consumption. They are looking at reviving the real estate demand, and People's Bank of China has been a major buyer of gold over the last few months, and any positive commentary that comes in from China is also a positive for the precious metals market. Apart from that, dollar index continues to trade at 3 to 4 month low levels. It currently is at about 103.6 odd level, and that is also a positive because gold and dollar index have inverse relation, which means any fall in dollar index is a positive for precious metals. And apart from that, safe haven demand continues to rise. Central banks globally continue to buy gold, and there is fear of global growth uncertainty, because of which safe haven demand also continues to surge. So yes, several factors leading to the up move in the precious metal market, because of which gold has now crossed the $3,000 per ounce mark in the global market, and back home on MCX as well, gold has crossed that 88,000 rupees per 10 gram mark.
All right, moving on to an ET Now exclusive then. The government is planning to give a fresh push to promote domestic manufacturing of solar equipments and has received norms regarding the use of solar PV cells. My colleague Prakash is joining us with the details of that. Over to you, Prakash.
The government is providing a fresh push to promote domestic manufacturing of solar equipments. In fact, a strategy has been put in place to encourage domestic manufacturing of solar PV cells to meet domestic requirement, which is likely to cross 60 gigawatt by 2027. And therefore, several steps have been taken by the government. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has revised norms for using solar PV cells in renewable energy projects. In fact, norms have been revised to mandate use of domestically manufactured solar PV cells in government's flagship schemes. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has classified certain category of silicon wafers being used as a raw material for manufacturing of solar PV cells as a domestically manufactured solar PV cells. A very significant development coming in. Classification will, of course, provide clarity to the domestic manufacturers. An official order has been issued by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. It has been informed to the manufacturers enlisted in ALMM list. Along with that, NBFCs such as SECI and IREDA have also been informed by the government.
Okay, thanks Prakash for all of those details. That's an exclusive coming to you from Prakash. But on that note, let's also bring on board my colleague Rabinder, who's here with a list of all the stocks that were up in a buzz and in the spotlight in today's trade. Rabinder.
Well, yes, Lupin is in focus, where company has announced that it has received a tentative approval from US FDA for its abbreviated new drug application for one of its tablet, and this product will be manufactured at Lupin's Goa facility in India, and this tablet has an estimated global net sale of USD 306 million for the fiscal year ended 31 December 2024. Moving to next, HCC were also in focus, where company in partnership with Tata Project Limited has won an order of rupees 2,191 crore contract for construction of 8.65 kilometer long corridor, including underground tunnels and station for Madhya Pradesh Metro Rail Corporation. And HCC will hold a 55% share in this joint venture, which will be amounting rupees 1,205 crore. Moving to next, Ola Electric were also in focus, where the petition with the insolvency and bankruptcy court has been filed by an operational creditor for Ola Electric Technology Private Limited, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Ola Electric Mobility Limited. Moving to next, Muthoot Finance were also in focus, where company has announced that the company's gold loan AUM has crossed a rupees 1 lakh crore milestone. Moving to next, Bharti Airtel were also in focus, where a step toward accelerating Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0 adoption in India. Ericsson, Volvo Group and Bharti Airtel today has announced that the research partnership to explore the potential of extended reality, digital twin technologies and AI in the manufacturing sector by leveraging the power of 5G and 5G Advanced. This collaboration aims to transform industrial operation, enhance workforce training and drive real-time process optimization.
All right, with that, it's curtains down on this edition of Your Trades. Snehi and I will take your leave. Thank you so much for tuning in.